Hey guys, what's up? This is Helsing920 and it's time for a reaction and review. Now, before I happen to start, a couple of you guys are probably, listening, to me, and you can probably tell that I sound a little bit off today. That's because I'm fighting a really nasty ass cold. I've been hacking and coughing for the better part of 2 days, but I still wanted to get this video out there just because, well, I just wanted to get this video out there. Tonight's reaction and review is going to be something a little bit different. Not only is it a film that was actually requested, but the person who requested it also sent me the DVD. So yeah, tonight I am reviewing a buddy cop action comedy from the late 90s called Collision Course. I'm not sure if you guys can see the box art. Let me just zoom in on it here so you can actually see it. Yeah, it's a buddy cop comedy starring Jay Leno and Pat Morita. I'm not sure how many people actually know this about me, but I am not a big fan of Leno, so this is probably going to really suck. But I am going to press forward. I'm actually going to do the best I can, even though I am fighting off this cold. So let's just hope that this episode doesn't completely suck. So, without further ado, it's time to kick off Collision Course. Oh yeah, guys, you seriously have to love this really corny-ass sounding 80s, opening. Mind you guys, I personally adore 80s music, but this stuff is corny even to me. You know what, guys? I actually have to, I actually have to take, like that back. Now that fucking song was actually a little bit infectious. Actually sort of catchy. Wow. This actually, guys, is a little bit weird. I actually have seen all three actors who are in this scene. I don't know any of them by name. In fact, the only one I can even come close to is one of them was in fucking, RoboCop. Somehow his acting worsened between that and this. So that pistol just fired a laser beam. This wasn't a science fiction film the last time I checked, but I would swear to God that fucking pistol just shot like a laser bolt. Okay, so it wasn't a laser, it was a rocket gun. Are those things even fucking real? If so, that sounds rather awesome. Well, guys, so far we're about 23 minutes in, and this is probably one of the most unfunny comedies I have ever watched. Like, seriously, there is nothing funny going on here, and it's obvious that they are trying. Okay, this is officially the dullest chase scene in movie history. Thank God it's over. Guys, I actually am kind of sorry that I don't have a whole lot to say here. This movie is just so formulaic that there's nothing you can really say. But hopefully we'll all be able to make it through this thing in one piece. So just have to press on. Wow. Took them almost 45 minutes to actually get the buddy cop part of this buddy cop film together. Wow. The pacing in this movie is complete shit. So, they spend their first night as partners getting completely fucking drunk. And once more, nothing funny yet. Wow. This film seriously has a beef with Japan. Almost every person who's been seen in the movie has so far done nothing but whine and bitch about how Japan has taken jobs from the U.S. It actually is kind of a dull and boring soapbox to hop on, but they really do seem to love hopping on it. Oh boy, guys, it's a corny 80s fight scene. And this one kind of sucks. I guess that's sort of par for the course with this film so far. So this movie was made in the late fucking 80s. The guy is wearing a bulletproof vest. Really obviously wearing a bulletproof vest. So Jay Leno shoots him in the chest and thinks he hit him. What kind of crack were the fucking writers on when they were half-assing this script? So I'm going to assume that every cop in the city of Detroit are really freaking stupid. I'm just saying that just because I have yet to find a single one in this movie who has any brains at all. Okay, I just sort of feel like mentioning. The villains in this film border on car fucking toonish, guys. They aren't even really threatening. They're just goofy. Oh boy, guys, it's time for another boring as shit chase scene. Oh, fun. Alright, finally something good. They shot Jay Leno. There's finally a positive here. Unfortunately, they only got him in the fucking leg, so he's still breathing. Oh, thank God the pain is over. I'm done. Woo! God, this movie was so horrible. I'm going to shut this off. I'm going to pop out the disc as I try to run you guys through the review portion of this reaction and review. First of all, I'm going to say this right now. I am not a big fan of buddy cop films. I really should have mentioned that going in, but I seriously am not a fan. And Collision Course is not exactly a good it's not a good ambassador, let's say, for the buddy cop genre. Absolutely everything in this film was ripped off or stolen wholesale from other buddy cop films, and all of them do it at least a little bit better. Absolutely everything in this film sucked. The acting was piss poor. The writing felt really half-assed. The pacing. This thing runs a grand total, guys, of about 98 minutes, and by all frickin' rights, it could have been made into a 1-hour film. That really is how bad the pacing is. Just everything about the film that I could possibly think of is just horrible, including things such as the stunts, the chase scenes, the fucking explosions. Everything feels like it was rushed and half-assed, and it actually is no surprise that this fucking movie was shelved for 3 years before they finally put it out in theaters. And really, by all freaking rights, this thing should actually have never been released. This movie is an absolute mistake. It is one colossal blemish on the careers of every single person who worked on it. And to be totally fair with you guys, I have no kind words to say about this movie at all. If you ever get the chance to watch it, don't. Just don't. In fact, this movie is one of those horrible movies that I actually could see like HBO or Showtime running on like a Tuesday afternoon to fill a time slot. There really is no other purpose for this movie than to basically suck an hour and a half away from you. And really, you could do so many better things with that hour and a half, or 98 minutes if you want to get real technical. Excuse me. So yeah, guys, your best bet is to avoid this. In fact, somebody out there apparently loved it so much the film was technically remade. Guys, when I first heard about the plot to this, it seemed a lot like Rush Hour. And to be fair, Rush Hour basically took every single like joke in fucking involving cultural like differences from this movie and they made them a little bit worse. If there is anything I can say in a positive light about Collision Course, at least it's a hair more entertaining than fucking suffering through Rush Hour. But that honestly is not saying a whole lot. Again, guys, I honestly am really sorry if this episode wasn't as good as my others. It's just, well, I just wanted to get this thing done, and I'm fucking sick as hell. So until next time, guys, take care, and I'll see you all in the near future. Peace.